Ooh, here we go. I am going to try and stay calm for this one. So if I seem a little monotonous, it's because I'm trying not to explode. We have in one tweet everything wrong with this trash league. Everything wrong with this trash league. This is setting aside the whole product on the court thing. This right here is why this league has been absolute garbage, garbage, and no one wants to watch it. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. Truly appreciate all your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. You know the drill. Do me a quick favor, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you are subscribed. Hype on mobile, notification bell, the whole 9 yards. And thank you sincerely. Um, this channel doesn't exist without all of you. Finally, 15,000 subscribers. Now, I had my fingers crossed because we're barely over the number. In fact, I saw it, I think, late last night, and it was like 15,009, I think we were at, right? So I looked at it this morning and we were at 15,004. And I'm like, no, don't, please don't go back below. I think it's back to actually 15,009 right now, which is kind of wild. Second thing before we get started, I hate allergies. I just thought I'd put it out there. Besides feeling miserable, I feel like I'm walking around looking like I'm drunk, stoned, and sleep deprived all the time, all the time. Uh, but anyway, let's get into one of my favorite people, and I'm sure yours, Dawn Montgomery. Yes, cousin and media member, by the way, which makes this so much worse. Cousin to the wonderful Atlanta Dream owner who owns about 0.000001209% of the Atlanta Dream, who's gotten massive exposure and lots of opportunities as part of the media, which shouldn't be happening. And not because it's Renee, just in general, but all that because of Caitlin Clark. Check this out. This is imagine again, and I know I hate that we have to say it, but look, and you need reminders, not you, but in general. Imagine flipping this another way around. Imagine saying, you say this about Angel Reese or Angel Wilson or what have you. The double standards. We're done with this crap, man. We're done. We're over it. Dawn Montgomery, look at the award-winning journalist. Those are participation trophies. We know why she got them. It has nothing to do with the quality of her journalist. Culture critic. Of course, Black Press USA, 100%. Mental health and self-care advocate, although she is going to say this kind of stuff. And let's be clear, her views are not her own. She might think her views are her own, but she is the epitome of useful idiot. She's been fed nonsense. She's been manipulated. She's been brainwashed. And she's just regurgitating and repeating the crap that she's been told by the people who benefit from her being out there saying this gibberish. Here we go. As you know, Fever schedule was released. Just did a video on it. Dawn is not happy. They, sorry, I need a moment. Award-winning journalists, folks. They ain't one crap. Terrifying. I mean, she should be fired for that. I'm just saying. But will be viewed the most on television by y'all. I'm still not watching nor attending their games, even when they play the Dream. Year 2 for me choosing to do this. And yet, in conversation, she's talking about how these poor players need to get paid. Sexism, misogyny, phobia, blah, 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 blah. And let's be clear about something. This is 100% because Caitlin Clark is a good, popular, white, and also straight basketball player. She's not a black lesbian like Paige Beckers. If you know, you know. Because face it. Now, we didn't hear about it as much. It wasn't a huge story because no one else has even touched the level of fame and popularity that Caitlin Clark has. But you could go on throughout the league. We'd go back to Candace Wiggins being bullied out of the league. Straight one, we could go to Kelsey Plum and all the bullying that she took was probably almost forced out of the league. I know there's a lot of mental issues there for Kelsey Plum going through that. Sabrina Ionescu, we all know about how bad it was for her as well. In fact, if Caitlin Clark didn't come along, who knows if Sabrina Ionescu would still be in the league because of all the bullying that she went through. Because once again, they like to use that word clan for Caitlin Clark, but it's actually in reverse. And I am not going to sit here and let y'all do this crap about, oh, no, that can only go one way. There's only a certain type of person who can be the ist. Now, that's nonsense. That's you spouting crap because you always have to be the damn victim, just like Dawn Montgomery. Dawn Montgomery is scum. Just flat out scum. She is a scum of a human being. This is nonsense. This is hate. This is racism. There's no business. She should not have a job in media. She should not have anything to do with the WNBA. This crap has to stop. I'm done with it. I've had it. I've had enough of this. No more. We're not going to sit here and let you smear people in this way. You are an awful, awful human being. You are the epitome of privilege who cannot exist without making yourself the victim. It's mental. You belong in an asylum. The Wings have the second most televised games is even more of a joke. That team hasn't even scratched the surface of success since they got to Dallas. No way they should have more televised games than the Lynx or Dream. Chill, Dawn. You're going to hurt a bunch of feelings on this app because of you keeping it real. How is lying keeping it real? How is being a victim and a racist keeping it real? I'm just curious. Can someone let me know? Back to the first one real quick. I talked about this in the schedule, so I won't go as a deep dive, but overview real quick, basic economics lesson. Media, all the stations showing these games, Ion, ESPN, CBS, Peacock, they pay the WNBA X number of dollars. They televise the games. They sell advertising for the games. In order to make that X number of dollars back and get a return on that investment, i.e. the profit, they need a certain number of people to watch because they charge per, 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000, however they're grouping it for advertisers. And they need those ratings to charge more money so that they can turn a profit. Very, very simple stuff. Who gets the ratings? Yes, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever get the ratings, my friend. Congratulations, you learned something. So if the media is spending, plus obviously it's not just what they gave the WNBA, there's a cost to showing it, right? They've got their TV crews and their cameras and all of that stuff that goes on. And of course, they're foregoing showing whatever else they might have showed in the place. But the basics is they gave money to the WNBA plus whatever their cost to show the games, right? So there's that money is spent. They need to get that and more back in advertising. Otherwise, they're not going to continue the deal. Very, very simple. So, Dawn is actually hurting all of the other players in the league with this childish, hateful nonsense. But she'll tell you, by the way, if she dared to have this conversation, she'd tell you she's the victim. She is the epitome of privilege, having grown up in the United States. She's been handed everything she has simply because she's her. I wonder what we call that. Same. I refuse to give them views. I'll watch stream highlights the next day. Over the Aces and Liberty? How? I just explained it. See, here's the problem. This is the problem. And I said this before, and this goes back to the bullying. Kelsey Plum, Sabrina Ionescu, Candace Wiggins, Caitlin Clark. It was a social club. You had to check a lot of boxes to be part of that social club. If you didn't check those boxes, you had to go out of your way to be an advocate, shall we say, for all of those boxes. You had to be the useful idiot. Now, with Caitlin Clark, they've got a whole bunch of real basketball fans. The whole little social club thing thing is being smashed to pieces. And now they have the reality of being a professional sports league and a business that needs to get results. But unfortunately, all the people involved are like Dawn Montgomery. They're children. They've never grown up. They've never had consequences for anything. They've been handed everything. Here we go. It's no different than the Cowboys always getting national TV games when they haven't won in 30 plus years. There it is, folks. Again, simple economics, but too many people around the WNBA think like Dawn Montgomery. That needs to change. It's not just new players coming in and turning over. We got to clean the entire house. Dawn Montgomerys of the world need to be forced out of the WNBA. The WNBA can never be what it needs to be as long as people like Dawn Montgomery are involved. She must go. She cannot be part of this league in its next steps of its journey. Just simply can't. It's not gonna survive that way. The general public is not going to want to be a part of this. Hopefully I stayed calm. I had a lot of other words I wanted to use, but I chose not to. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, do me a favor, smash the button, the like button, and the subscribe button, the hype button too, the notification bell. It's like a game, and I believe you can win. Yeah, man, let me know. Shout out to the 19. Thank you for the 15K. 20K is next. Oh boy. I'll talk to y'all later.